Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey. Just a few days ago, y'all watched me pull these few boxes off. The last remaining boxes. Two of them was two boxes that we stuck back over a queen excluder to let the brood clear out, and the rest of them were just the honey boxes sitting on top of a couple little swarms that we caught mid-season. They didn't do too bad, especially considering that we didn't have tallow, but they were able to get me a little bit of honey. Alright, I'm going to get things moved around here and kind of decide what I want to uncap with. Y'all ready? Let's get started. I hope I got the camera angle good where you can see. But we've got, after I culled all the plastic frames out that you know we had in there for the two that was on the hives, and the one deep that was on that one swarm, I've got 8 frames to spin out. Now this one I'm going to crush and strain. Some might say, why don't you make some chunk honey out of it? Well, this side ain't that pretty. This is foundationless. So I'm just going to crush it. I may not even crush it into this. I don't know. We got a little bit of old, what used to be brood, or it's had brood in it before, so it may not matter. So I'll probably do it last. I don't even know if it'll make the video. But I got 8 deeps I'm going to put in here. I wish I had 9. I'll have to figure out what I want to do. I don't know if that would hold up. I may try it, but anyway, I'm going to put the 9 in there, and then some people probably don't even know this, but this thing will do 18 mediums. Most of the time whenever you're here, you say 18 mediums or 9 deeps, but it will do, and I'm pretty sure I've had it on videos before, it'll do 9 deeps and 9 mediums at the same time. When you do that, you better have an empty bucket sitting there, because if they're good and full, all of them, it's going to get close to filling that bucket up. But anyway, let's see what I can do here. Now, a lot of these are kind of skinny frames too, so this thing may not work on them. It works good when they're, see how it's sunken below that? Don't do so well when you like that. Getting some of them. I'll go back forth a few times and let the springs push down in there. Still better than scratching. See what the other side looks like. See, I'm going to flip it over, because let's see if it, when I flip it, if it does that. Getting it. I think every time I use this thing, I like it a little bit better. I didn't know how to operate it, one thing, and never really could find very good instructions on it. Look at that thing. That was actually, this is one of them that came out of, had the brood in it right in here, if y'all remember. I don't know what it's going to do here. Been sitting in this room pretty much 2 days. We're about to even anchor this little tank down. That's still thick. Got some of them. pretty much got all this side except for that top right there. And I know, I just figured this thing was probably really set up mostly for mediums. Let me do a little scratching right here. I got honey all over my handle. I won't worry about it too much. Bees will get in there and get it out. This side here at least won't go back in a hive anyway. I may end up scraping it off. I sold a swarm to a girl a while back, and one of the combs was like this, and I was going to replace it. It was brood on one side and this on the other, and she said, "No, that's kind of unique, I like that." So I let her have it. I'm going to wash this honey off my hands before I get it all over this handle. This one's real skinny on this side. You know what? It makes me wonder if the plastic was warped. If you're thinking about getting one of these, if you can find somebody that's actually got one and borrow it, or just come work with them a little bit of something. Probably help you make your mind up. There's not very many inexpensive uncappers of any kind out there. Not gonna get it. Oh, jumped out of track. Alright, I might scratch that one for sure. I'm going to have to clean the handle off of this thing too. What do I do with it? I am getting honey everywhere. Be right back. Yeah, I'm sitting here just talking to you. You wasn't even in here. I had to stop the camera for a second and then start it back. Now I don't even know what I told y'all. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th frame, so I don't know how many y'all missed. But I was talking about just before it went off, how you got to at least bump this top bar here. You can run it all the way through and then lift it up and pull it back, or just keep hitting it right there. See if I can show you that. Oh, see? I'm going to do this. I got to pick it up and back it up. That's pretty good. But it, for some reason on the bottom, it doesn't go quite as deep. Then we flip it over. And go again. Y'all seeing the rock back and forth, sometimes that's what I'm doing. Getting it close to the top. I've watched them with that other name brand, the Simple Harmony Farms or something. You have to kind of go in and out, back and forth with it a little bit too. And I don't know if I caught it on the video or not last time. When you got a little bit thick, it'll actually do real good on a little bit thicker. You're just sending your cappings on down the line though, instead of getting them in here. This is the last frame, unless I decide to put that foundation in there and give it a try. I have done foundation this before. It's connected pretty good all the way around. I'll look at it again. That's doing pretty good. We got some thick dry honey too. I don't know if I mentioned it. I did take a picture of it. I think that on the dehumidifier it said 26, but up there it's, I'll have to look. It was like 8 or 10 degrees, or 8 or 10% difference. All right. You know what? It's connected fairly good. What do y'all think? It's kind of scary, huh? And it's one-sided too. I just wonder if it might blow out. Blow out, I clean it up. I don't know if I want to run it through here though. It might break it. But I've put a couple in there that I really wasn't paying attention. They went right on through. They were cut with a knife, so it was pretty even too. Hey, I think it spins this way, so I put the heaviest weight over here. Now I'm going to do some, let me go through. I'm going to shut the camera down a second. I'm going to go through my mediums and see if I come up with eight of the heaviest and put in here with that. This box is the heaviest. I'm just going to go through it. Man, that's, if they all look like that, that'd be a lot of honey. Alright, let's see what this does. I wish I could close, I don't know if y'all can see that. I wish I could close this gap up a little bit where it wouldn't have such a slack. It pushed it down. if I really need to go through there again. I will. I think that's supposed to be the main concept. It kind of chops those cappings up a little bit where they'll come off. I don't know, I just made that up. Let me show you all the inside of it. It's got 9 deeps and 9 mediums. I got a couple of them falling forward. I probably had to use 2 hands to, there it goes. That's the foundation, this one. They'll all go back when I start turning it. And we're going to ramp up real slow. Alright, something just went in place. Alright, we're at 127, 131. I don't know if that camera will pick that up or not. It's been dripping out a little bit the last couple of minutes. Alright, it's starting to feel a little bit out of balance. Very little. I'm going to let it spin like that for a minute. Alright, since I'm not using my big tank, I'm just going to sit down and rest. We'll be back. The moisture level is touching the bottom of the 17. Alright, we're at 208. I had to go kind of slow because of the strainer was going so slow. But I'm going to speed it up a little bit. We hadn't had a blowout yet. I don't know if y'all can tell if that I'm speeding it up or not. 232. I'll let it rock right there a minute. There's not a whole lot coming out now. So it may be about done. Still holding on. I don't really recommend spinning those, by the way. Like Mike says, it's not a how-to. This one right here is where the weight's at. Right there, there's a little bit of honey right there. It's heavier than everything else. Please clean that up. I don't know why I didn't feel that when I went around checking everything. Might have missed it somehow. Alright, I got that closed off. This bucket is full. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Slide it out this way. Set another one in here. And y'all come over here and I'll show you how much this weighs. This bucket and a lid, or one of these baskets, is about 2 pounds. That's a good number to go by. I hope y'all see that. It's 53.8, so it'd be 51.8 pounds. That come out of that one spin of 9 deeps and 9 mediums. Alright, I'll just set this over here. I'll have to lift that thing out. When I get done, I'll lift it out to put a frame or something under it and let it drain on out. Let me throw a lid on it. Alright, get this scale out of the way and get started again. Go ahead and open this up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and uncap these, see what we got. I am 3 frames short of having enough with honey in them in there. So what I'm going to do, I got 3 empties. I'm going to scratch this right here and I'm going to spread these empty ones around. Find my camera. We got 18 frames in here now. 16 with a little honey in them. See, it's draining some from that and some from what was still in there from the other frames. $115, $115. You can see a little wobble in it. Was that 168? Alright, I'm gonna let it go at 200 for a little bit. me turn it down too quick. I like to operate a little slower than that. But that is it. I'm gonna get these out and set everything out and let the bees robble, clean them up. I can't see exactly. I'll have to get the camera down there and show you. Well, I can't see through that bucket on this one. I think that's it. Right there. And we got a little bit come out of there. It's gonna be close to a half a bucket. That's a darker looking honey than what I've been spinning out. But anyway, I'm gonna get these out, let this drain overnight, come back in the morning, and give you the final weight. Some going this way and some going that way. Okay, y'all, it's the next morning, almost noon, but got them all put in 2 buckets. This is a 50-pound bucket, and this is a 43.8-pound bucket. That's what we got out of that little spin we did yesterday. We got everything stored up neatly, and everything here, just to let you know, everything here has went in these warmers and stayed in the warmers for like after they reach 110. I just always like to do that to kind of make sure nothing's, even if it started crystallizing after I spun it out. I put it in mainly this one, and this is kind of like an overflow right now, but I put them in here, and once they reach 110 I let them sit there for a day or two and pull them out. These 2 here just come out. I actually did a little shot of the temperature of them earlier before when I pulled them out, and I'll show you that clip. But anyway, I'm going to put these 2 in there, let them sit there a couple of days, and get them out, put them back on the shelf. That brings my total to 1,435.7 pounds. Now, I weighed them on a bathroom scale, so that's unofficial. That's my official, unofficial weight for the year, and that's not too bad, especially considering that I didn't get any tallow. 2 or 3 days of tallow, and that was about it. It got rained out, and it's a blessing that we got the kind of flow we did in the spring, because it actually brought me up to what I normally get, or maybe even a little better. I'd have to go back and look. I can't compare anything to last year, because last year I didn't get by 1/3 of this maybe. So anyway, I made it pretty good. I've actually got the temperature up here set on 115, and I'm doing that because the temperature down here at the bottom is about 110. I used to keep it on 110, and it would still do basically the same thing, but that kind of keeps it a little more accurate. Anyway, now I don't have the lids on these. I don't have them tight. I like to leave them loose when they're in here warming. I wish I could keep that door open. Alright, there we go. Let it sit there a couple of days and we'll be done. Now all I gotta do is clean up this tank, the uncapper tank, and this extractor, get it cleaned up, put up for the year, and we'll be done with that. We'll just go to the next stage of beekeeping, which is basically making sure that we can get our bees through this dirt that's going on. You can put a bucket of honey out there, not a bucket of honey, you can put an empty bucket with honey in it out there, and in 10 minutes they've got it cleaned out. It looks dry as it could be. But now we got to work on just making sure that they don't starve, and I pretty much left everything pretty heavy. I do have a couple that I want to look at. The one we found, the queen above the excluder, we'll look at it in a few days and see what we can do with that. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.